Most students have a favorite part of campus, favorite place to study, favorite place to eat, and even favorite place to get a drink. But we're not talking about restaurants. We're talking about drinking fountains. It may not be something you'd think about, but many students have a favorite drinking fountain.
My favorite drinking fountain has probably got to be the one in the TMCB, right over towards the computer science side of the building, because not very many people go there. And sometimes drinking from a water fountain, it's like being in the movie African Queen. It's kind of not necessarily the most sanitary thing in the world, so it feels a little bit better over there.
On the 4th floor of the Crabtree building, right out of the elevator, there is a drinking fountain.
My favorite one was actually in the HVAC on the 3rd floor. If you turn directly left, if you enter through the straight way, it was actually really nice and cold and refreshing. Problem is, it doesn't work anymore, so I don't know if that helps you at all.
Definitely the backstage water fountains in the Dion. Awesome.
Most people had an opinion on temperature,
They're always cold.
but some felt strongly about the kind of fountain they drank from.
I usually appreciate the ones that I can just like push, like the ones that have the angles that goes like this and then it goes like that instead of the one that I push down like that. Because then sometimes when I don't feel like it or if my hands are full, I can just push it with my stomach.
When it comes to water fountains, most people have preferences on either taste or temperature, but there are those that have preferences on the water pressure.
And it has to have a really good stream as well. The ones, like some of the ones I'm really annoyed with are the ones that have two. And then like if you're drinking from one and the other one comes and drinks, like it goes lower and you have to adjust your face to it. So I like the singular ones.
After my little survey, I decided to see for myself whether these water fountains are actually different. I picked 5 different water fountains in 5 different buildings. 3rd floor of the Talmadge, the basement of the JFSB, 5th floor of the library, 1st floor of the JSB, and 2nd floor of the Wilk. I took a sample of water from the fountain, dipped it in a test strip, and waited for it to change color. Then I looked at the levels on the back of the box and looked at the pH level. To my surprise, it was pretty much the same at every fountain. After my experiment, I realized that if it's the same at every fountain, then something else must make it different.
Cold water, not a lot of use.
Not a lot of people drinking out of the drinking fountain, because I mean, people can be sick, I guess, so yeah, not wanting to be really gross.
I usually look for that it's working because the one that I used to really like isn't working anymore. And that kind of annoys me. Usually if it makes sounds, like I know it's like one of those ones that is well cooled, that it's working extra hard to stay cool, so I know those are the good ones as well.
If it's cold, first of all, is always nice, and it doesn't taste like sewage or like smell like sulfur. It's kind of weird.
Kathleen Keller, BYU Weekly.